Climbing stairs. You are climbing a staircase. It takes n steps to reach the top. Each time you either climb one or two steps. In how many distinct ways you can climb to the top? So, in this question, this is a very interesting question because it's a usual. Usually, we climb the stairs, right? So that's the thing. Over here they have given us that we have to climb two steps over here. So that means here this is a person. Okay, here this is one step and this is a two step. This is one step, this is two steps. So we have to know like how many ways we can climb these two steps, how many ways we are going to climb the two steps. So first thing first, this person is going to climb one step and then next step. So one way is to climb one step every time. Climb one step every time. Another way is, this is one way of climbing, right? This is one way of climbing. Another way to climb is, this person can directly climb two steps, right? So another way is climbing two steps. These are the two ways by which you can climb this two stairs, by which you can climb the two stairs. That is this one step, one step climbing, and next is the purple one, which is directly climbing to the targeted step. So there are two steps to climb this particular targeted step, that is two. So that is what is the answer, that there are output is two, because there are two ways to climb two steps. There are two ways to climb two steps. Now let's see another example which they have given. They have given n equal to 3, right? So we have 1, 2, and 3. These are the stairs. These are the stairs, and here is the person. Now, what are the ways to climb 3 stairs? First way is always try one step, 1, 2, and 3. So, first way is one step ways. What is the next way? What is the next way? The next way is, let me take another color to explain you. So the next way is, from here directly go to the second step and then go to the targeted step. So the next way is, directly go to the second step and then go to the, and then take one more step, right? Then take one more step to go to the targeted step. Okay, what is the one more way is there to do that? What is another way? You can step over here, right? Step on the one step and then try to step on the targeted step. If you see the green line, we are stepping on the one step and then going to the last step, to the third step. That is another third way. These are the three ways, that you're taking first step and then you're taking two steps, right? These are the three ways to climb the step. This is the way you can just try to analyze the question. There are these so many three ways to climb the that step. And this is going to become crazy if I show you what is, like, if I want to climb 5 steps, then how we are going to do it. It's going to be crazy. So let me show you the brute force way how we are going to take whatever we have seen. They have told us that you can take either one step or you are taking two steps, right? So if n is equal to 5, if n is equal to 5, so how many steps a person can take to climb 5 steps? Suppose here is a person, then you are taking one step and reaching first staircase, then you are taking two step and reaching the second staircase, right? These are the two steps by which you have to reach fifth stair. So again, from here you're taking one step and then you are reaching, just you're taking one step, right? So you're reaching to the second stair. And if you're taking two steps, you are reaching four steps, right? You're taking two steps, 2 and 3, you're taking two steps and you're reaching the four steps. Now again, Sorry for this, not 4. We are taking 2 steps. So we are reaching the third step. We have to omit between 1. Okay, now you have reached already. Now what over here? You are again taking 1 step. So you are reaching 3. And again you are taking 2 steps. So you will be reaching 4. Right? Again, you from suppose you're coming here taking 1 step, that is 3, taking 2 steps, that is 4. Again here you're taking 1 step, that is reaching 4, and 2 steps, you are reaching 5. Now here is the case where you came to a conclusion that you can go to the 5 steps with this particular format, that is you are taking 1 step and 2 step and again 2 step. This is one way you can reach the destination. This is a 1 step, this is a 2 step, and again this is a 2 step. So by this way you can reach 5. But if you observe carefully, I'm again going to do the same thing over here, taking 1 step, taking 2 step. Again we will be reaching to same. I'm going to solve in the same fashion as I'm solving in over here. Here also I'm going to solve it in the same fashion because we have already got actually the value of reaching 3. How we are reaching 3? With these 2 steps. But here we again have to calculate how many steps are needed again to calculate from 3 to 5 step. We again have to calculate same thing. You see here again 3 is over here, again I'm taking 1 step and again I'm taking 2 step. So actually this part I have already solved over here, right? I have already solved over here. This part I have already solved over here. This part I have already solved over, I have this part I have already solved over here. So there are a lot of repeating steps you can see over here when we are doing this kind of a recursive call or a backtracking call, because we are using the same steps, same method again and again. And we are not utilizing one thing, like we are not storing any steps, like how many steps I have already. No, here I got a number that for reaching 5 we have how many steps we needed. So same formula I will be using over here also. This I can do it if I'm storing somewhere this particular method, if I'm storing. But in this case we are not storing, we are literally calculating each step by step. So this approach is a brute force approach, which it is very difficult to use it. So what is another approach? Let's try to understand more deeply. So if you know, this is our 1 step, right? And this is our 1 step, okay? This is our 2 steps, okay? These are our 2 steps. And these are our 3 steps as shown in the, okay? These are our 3 steps. Now what is happening? A person to reach n equal to 1, a person to reach n equal to 1 takes one way to reach 1 step, right? To reach, there is one way by which you can reach 1 step. This is only the way you can reach one step. Like if the target is 1, you just have to step on one staircase and that's it, you're done, because the target is 1. You just have to go to 1 step, that's it. Now here if the target is equal to 2, that is you have to go till second step. Then how many ways are there? How many ways are there to reach to second step? This is one way by taking 1 step, and this is 2 ways, second way to reach the second step. That means there are how many ways? So ways are this one is one, this, 1 second. This is the way, this is one way, okay? And this is another way that is going directly to the second step. So there are how many ways to reach 2 steps? There are 2 ways to reach 2 steps, right? There are 2 ways to reach 2 steps, right? We are good. Now we know how there are three ways to reach to three steps, right? Because we have done that earlier before even in the start of our question. We know there are three ways. Now there should be some array. I'm solving sub problems, because we have already calculated how many ways are there to reach one step. We have already calculated how many ways are there to reach two steps. So we if we whatever we have calculated, if we store somewhere, if we store in some format of an array, then we can use these things to calculate three steps. How many ways will be there to reach three steps? We can use these ways to calculate three steps. So the step for three, we can see, okay, we want to reach three step, right? What is the way to reach one step? Okay, one way. What is the way to reach two step? Okay, two way. If we add, it is three. So number of ways to reach three step is calculating backwards. That is checking with over here. Okay, here it is one step and here it is two step. I'll just add and then I can go to the last step, that is a third step. So if we store these ways, then we can easily calculate the next step. So the formula which I'm trying to say over here is, to calculate the n steps, we should know the n minus 1 way and add it with n minus 2 way. That is what I showed you right now. That is what I showed you. We calculated the one way first step. How many ways were needed? One way. Second step, how many ways were needed? Two ways. And we came to a conclusion that to go to till third step, how many ways are needed? Three ways. We just went behind and saw that we stored in the memory, and that is called as a memoization. Let me give you an example of it. So this is an array. Okay, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and say 5. This much is enough. So if we have n equal to 5, right? If we have n equal to 5, how are we going to solve it with this particular formula? So for 0 steps, we are going to climb 0 ways. We know that. We also know, we know that for climbing one step, we need only one way. For climbing two step, we need two ways. We have seen that, right? I had shown you. We know it. So we came to a conclusion for the step one, it is one way, and step two, it is two way. Now, when we come over here at the third step, what am I going to do is, rather, okay, what I'm going to do is, I'm taking a different color. I'm going to just go back and check. I'm going to go back as n step of n minus 1. Step of n minus 1 is 1 plus step of n minus 2 plus step of n minus 2. So you can see 1 plus 2 is coming to 3. So over here I will be writing 1 plus 2 equal to 3. I'm just going back. Yeah, why this 4 came over here? Okay, this is 4 over here. Now, how many ways to reach 4? Reach 4. Again, go to this formula, and what does this formula says? What does this formula says step n minus 1. So step n minus 1 is 3, right? 3 plus step n minus 2. What is step n minus 2? Is 2, right? It is 2. 3 plus 2 is what? 5 ways. So there are 5, 3 plus 2 is, sorry, here it is 2. So there are 5 ways in all to reach the fourth step. Next, coming to fifth step, how many ways? So step n minus 1. What is step n minus 1? We have how many ways to reach 4 steps? There were 5 ways to reach 4 steps. So again take 5 plus two step Sn minus 2, that is 3, 5 plus 3, 6, 7, 8, 8 ways to reach 5 steps, 8 ways to reach 5 steps. So there are 8 ways we can reach 5 steps. So if you see this particular array, every time we are storing, every time sorry for this bad drawing, but for every time I just want to explain you that because we are storing the values over here, because we are like storing the values over here, we are able to calculate the targeted step. Because we are storing the value here, we are calculating the targeted step. Because we are storing the value here, we are calculating the targeted step. So every time you have to have this formula to reach your targeted step, and this way we will not able to, we are not doing the same steps again and again the way I showed you in the brute force approach. Because here we are doing a memoization, we are storing in the memory that for step 1 we need only one way, for step 2 we need only two ways, and on the basis of that we can come to a conclusion that how many ways are needed to reach particular step. So this is also called as dynamic programming, solving the sub problems first and putting it into the memory or storing in the memory to achieve the conclusion, and it is O of n time complexity. So the code wise it is perfect static in climbing stairs, and then if n equal to 1, then return 1. We know that, right? Now I am going to define the initialize the DP array, that is a dynamic programming array, equal to new int n plus 1. So here I'm taking in plus 1 because it starts with the indexing of 0, and we know dp of 1 is 1, dp of 2 is 2. These are the steps. We know that for one step it takes one way, two steps it takes two ways. We know that two steps it takes two ways. Just for you I'm writing. Then we are going to start our loop from I equal to 3, I less than in I plus plus, wherein we say dp of I equal to dp of I minus 1 plus dp of I minus 2. So we are just storing those values in our dp array, and we are just going back and achieving those values and adding them so that we can get our targeted step ways of target to reach the targeted step. And then we have to return dp of n, like how many ways we need to uh, how many ways are there to reach our targeted step, that we can return it. So this is just one formula, but you have to establish to understand why are we storing those steps, dp1 and dp2, why are we storing it, and how we are coming to a conclusion. So this is a very important question and a very easy question, and O of n is the time complexity and O of n is the space complexity. Thank you for watching.